Where to buy Gunpla in the UK. Now, this is a video that I haven't done before. The reason why I haven't done it is because I'm not affiliated with anyone, and I also don't believe in free advertisement. However, because it's a video that I haven't done before and it's a question that I do get asked a lot, I thought it'd be a good idea to do a one-time video that I can either pin to my profile or at least tag people in the future. So when I get asked this question again, I can say, have a look at that video and this is the list. So without any further ado, and in not any particular order, these are all the Gunpla shops that I personally shop with, plus a few extras as well. So here we go. So the first shop on my list is actually one of my favourites, and that is Kikatech. Now, Kikatech do have marginally higher prices than some other shops, but what they do also have is they have a virtual private warehouse feature, which has started recently, and they also now have free shipping on order over £120. So when you combine the two, that can be a little bit of a cost saver. The other thing that they have going for them as well is they do tend to have the stock a little bit earlier than most of the other shops, and they also have the ability to pre-order. So yeah, Kikatech is probably my number one. So if Kikatech is my number one, that makes Gundam Mad my number two. So Gundam Mad used to be my go-to shop, but for the aforementioned pre-order, private warehouse, etc., that is why Gundam Mad has fallen into the number two spot. What Gundam Mad have going for them, in my opinion, they have the best prices, and they also do have a little bit of pre-P Bandai stock and some of the limited kits. They get some of that in occasionally. So definitely Gundam Mad is number two on my list. So I wouldn't necessarily say that this is my third favourite shop, but one that is definitely high up there is Gunpla-san. Now, Gunpla-san is very good at a few things, namely they do get the stock pretty much as soon as it comes out in Japan. It won't be long before they get it, but that is reflected in their prices. What they also have going for them is they have a buying service, so if there is a specific kit you're looking for, they will be able to find it for you. However, that is also reflected in the price. But what they do also do is they have a lot of P Bandai stuff and limited kits in as well, so they are definitely good as a specialist shop in my opinion. Now, some other honourable mentions here, the other shops that I have bought from, but I wouldn't necessarily place in any particular order. We have Gunpla UK, Japan Call, OE Shop and Kanuse Hobby. So these are all places that I have bought from at one point or another. As I say, they haven't done anything bad, but they haven't done anything particularly fantastic either. I personally just play every shop off of each other. I look for prices, availability, what sort of stock they have. If a particular shop has something that another one doesn't, then I'll go to that one and I'll group it all together. So I don't really have any favourites. I kind of play them all off of each other. But yeah, those are definitely a few that I have used in the past that I certainly would use again. Now, a definite honourable mention here is Rivals Corner. I haven't used Rivals Corner myself, however, they are definitely a new starter and they are definitely rising up in the ranks very quickly. Rivals Corner was actually the main supplier of Gunpla at the Gundam Seed Freedom cinema event that happened in London a couple of weeks ago. They've been to a few conventions and they seem to be a favourite along a lot of people buying Gunpla these days. So Rivals Corner is definitely a shop to watch out for. Now, where can you go to actually physically buy Gunpla in the UK? So the two places that I have been to are Japan Craft and Forbidden Planet. Now, Japan Craft has a fantastic amount of Gunpla and a lot of availability, but again, I find their prices are a little bit high. Forbidden Planet tends to have the latest kits in because they're stocked by Bandai. Their prices are quite reasonable, but to be honest with you, yeah, they do sell online as well, but their in-store availability is definitely better than their online availability. So if you happen to be in the heart of London and want to go somewhere for Gunpla, Forbidden Planet and Japan Craft are two places that I can definitely recommend, but I'd probably favour Forbidden Planet myself. So a few more places that I know of, but I haven't actually been to myself. We have I Love Gunpla, Gundam Shop and Kid Altverse. Now again, these are only low on my list because I personally haven't shopped at them. I haven't heard any bad stories about them. I've heard that people have transacted quite successfully with these shops. So again, you can check out their availability and see if they've got anything for you. Another place that you can buy Gunpla, but I would do so at your own risk, is Facebook groups. So I am part of the, I think it's called UK Plamo Buy and Sell. Now, there do seem to be some very honest people in there, but again, other experiences may vary. So if you wanted some cheaper stuff or things that are a little bit hard to come by, secondhand, etc., Facebook groups might be something that you could rely on. Speaking of second-hand, you do also have eBay as an option, but to be honest with you, I don't really favour eBay at all. eBay these days has ridiculously high prices, and yeah, it's just somewhere that I'd shop if I happen to come across a bargain or something in particular that I actually wanted. My little tip with eBay, look at the seller, because they might be having an eBay shop and then they might have an actual physical shop that you can go to their website or potentially in person as well. But definitely that is how I found, for instance, Kikatech. I went to buy something on eBay once, I looked, I saw their name down there, I googled them, and then I actually found their shop. They have better prices on their own website compared to eBay because they don't have to worry about buying fees. So a top tip with eBay, look at the seller and see if they have a shop that you can actually go off elsewhere to save yourself a little bit of money. And then finally, two places that you can shop but I haven't actually shopped at myself. You can go to HobbyLink Japan, based in Japan, that ships to the UK, or you can go to Amazon. Now, Amazon, in my opinion, is not the place to buy Gunpla. Yes, there is some there, but again, prices are stupidly high. HobbyLink Japan, absolutely no problem with HobbyLink Japan. I haven't shopped from them personally. I find that their shipping is a little bit much, so unless you're willing to wait and buy in bulk, I don't personally think that they're the best option out there. Plus, I always prefer to shop within the UK because then that shows the actual demographic demand of where Gunpla shops are needed, and then that will hopefully bring more availability of Gunpla into our country in the future. So I always prefer, when I can, to shop within the UK. On that note, where else have I shopped outside of the UK? So I've gone to Big Bad Toy Store in the past. So before a lot of the shops in the UK actually became about, because obviously I've been in the game for 20 odd years, I used to get a lot of my stuff at Big Bad Toy Store and then have it shipped from America to the UK. That is how I built up a lot of the Mobile Suit in Action figure collection behind me, but I have also bought Gunpla there in the past as well. One place that I definitely do favour at the moment is Saruguya. Saruguya is basically a little bit like a Mandarake, so basically there's a physical shop location that they have sort of like all the different things on display that various people are selling. They group it online, you buy from there, and then obviously they package it all up and then send it off to you. I don't know what restrictions that they have in regards to their shipping. I think it's only within the last year that they have started shipping to the West, if I remember correctly from things that I've seen in the past. But what they do is they do free shipping weekends. So I have never actually paid for shipping with Saruguya. I always wait for a free shipping weekend to occur and then I check out. So that is my top tip with them, wait for the free shipping. So there we have it. That is not every shop that you can buy Gunpla at in the UK. I'm sure there are more. What I used to say to people, and probably the best thing to do as well, is go onto Google, set your search function to the UK, type in Gunpla and look at the long list of places that you can go to. There are more on that list that I can even put into one video. There's definitely more shops out there that I certainly haven't shopped at before. There might be bargains to have and all sorts. So I would definitely say put research into other shops, but if you want personal recommendations, that is my list. So I hope this has been a useful video to people. As I say, going forward, if I get this question again, I'll either be directing people to this video or tagging them in it so they can come along and see it. I won't be re-recording this video again unless a shop does something absolutely diabolical and they need taken off of the list, but I can't really see that happening. But what I will say is, if this video is a little bit old by the time you're watching it, have a look in the comments, because I will leave any updates in the comments that need to be made. So that is all we have for in this video. So all that is left to say is thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to follow me on any of my other social medias, the link is in the TikTok bio or in the video description on YouTube. Again, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now.